Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with the message for Virgo, summarizing Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just going to be a general message, but it's typically going to be about your relationship to something specific or someone specific, okay? If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become an official Sunflower. We start today's reading with the Six of Wands, okay? This talks about success, victory, overcoming challenges, obstacles, maybe getting past some sort of very dramatic era or chapter of your life or set of circumstances that you are moving through. You will come out victorious on the other side. But this is definitely going to be about someone who has more than one option when it comes to love. I do see there being two masculine energies here. You're showing up in full Virgo regalia as the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this just represents feminine earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I always associate the Queen of Pentacles with Virgo because I just feel like the Queen of Pentacles represents probably the most motherly, the most devoted, the most loyal feminine energy of all of the queen cards in tarot. This is somebody who's going to hold it down for you, but they only are going to hold it down for somebody who would do the same for them. They're only going to do what someone else would do for them, in the sense that it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be the same for the same. It just has to be reciprocal, right? And the benefits of having this other person in your life have to equal the benefits that you're giving, okay? You are someone who is very self-sufficient, emotionally fulfilled, someone who is capable of a lot. You understand your value in relationship and in partnership. And maybe you've connected with people in the past who didn't see that, who didn't value that, who disappointed you and who let you down. In particular, there could be a water sign that I'm referring to, represented here by this King of Cups, this King of Chalices. This is masculine water sign energy, okay? Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. They don't have to be that sign. They could have it in their chart, but this is just how they're showing up, okay? This is somebody who tends to wear their heart on their sleeve. They're charismatic, okay? They're typically very handsome. Their external appearance is typically very conventionally attractive. They appeal to a lot of people, and they use that to their advantage. They have a good heart, but sometimes they can be a little bit indecisive. Now, I'm not talking about the King of Chalices. I'm just talking about this specific person, the energy that I'm getting off this card right now. They can be a little bit indecisive. Sometimes it's hard for them to commit to just one person, one option, one way of doing things, because they find joy or pleasure in more than one thing, more than one person, more than one opportunity. I feel like this person isn't necessarily as responsible or as practical or as logical as you would like for your partner to be. There is love there. There is a connection there. And it does look like there's history there too. This person is making a comeback into your life. If they haven't already, they're going to send you a text. They're going to DM you. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to call you. They're going to bring it to your attention that they're back and that they want to be in your energy, that they want to be around you. For some of you, this might be good news. This might be something that you've been waiting on. And for some of you, it's like, I have to deal with this person again. Like, why are they always coming back? We already decided that we're incompatible. We already decided that we don't want to be together, right? Then on the other hand, okay, represented here by this King of Pentacles, right? That's masculine earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, once again. I think you're going in the direction of somebody who is practical, who is logical, who is loyal and honest and wanting to create a legacy, not just for themselves, but for their partner, for their family. This is somebody who wants to create the future as opposed to just existing, right? As opposed to just seeing what comes along, as opposed to not ever having to make any commitments, never having to put their foot down, never having to create boundaries, never having to say what they want. This person is not like that. This person, they know what they want. They're very determined. They're very hardworking. They're somebody who matches you very well as this Queen of Pentacles. This is one of my favorite decks because the court cards match so well. They flow so seamlessly into each other. This is the person that you should be matching with. Are they necessarily going to be an earth sign? No, but they're going to feel very practical and grounded to you. You're going to feel more grounded and more self-assured when you're around this person. If you've typically dated people who are not like you, who don't see the world like you do, who don't approach things the way that you do, who aren't as hardworking, aren't as diligent, aren't as devoted and dedicated. You're going to see that reciprocated in this new person. I do feel like they are new. I do feel like there's a sense that they are everything that you've ever wanted. The only reason why this other person is popping up might actually be because you are moving on, and maybe you guys have some sort of energetic connection or energetic tether that maybe tugs on them when you're moving the other way. But I just want to show you guys something. Typically, when I get this kind of illustration in the cards, it's not always easy to show you guys, but I want to show you guys this because I do feel like it stands out. As you can see, there's a lovely feminine in the middle here with this Two of Wands card, and she has chosen to have her heart in her hand, and she's going to move forward into the future with that, emotionally available, open, and ready to experience what life has to offer. Notice what direction she's going. Notice which way she's pointing. Notice which way she's offering her heart. So I think at the end of the day, you're going to choose to move on and move forward with somebody who has already shown you that they're capable of being a suitable partner for you. They don't have to drag you through the mud. They don't have to disappoint you a million times. They don't have to go in and through these ridiculous cycles in order for them to prove to you that they can be the man of your dreams. They already are. They're already established. They already know what they want. And if they're not established, because and you're on that level of not also being super established, they want to establish together. They want to build together. They want to create together. What is going to be the challenge for you here? Why is this reading important for you? Is because you're going to have to resist the temptation of going back to somebody who you feel maybe physically or sexually or emotionally stimulated by. Now, am I saying fulfilled? No. I'm saying stimulated for a reason, okay? When we talk about wands, we're talking about passion, energy, fire, connection, drive, magnetism, right? Motivation, all of those things. That's what excites you about this King of Chalices, this King of Cups here, this person from your past who you didn't quite make things with. I feel like they weren't really ready to commit to you if they did. And if they never offered you commitment, it's because they wanted to keep their options open. While you were reserving yourself for them, they were just getting the benefits of you doing that for them and still going off doing whatever they want to do. This person wants to keep you stuck, okay? If you were ever hypnotized by their sexual prowess, okay, that might be tempting for you to go back into. I'm going to caution you. I'm going to warn you. If you go back into this temptation, if you dibble and dabble, if you know what I mean, with this person while you're also connecting with someone you think might be the man of your dreams or the person of your dreams, you're self-sabotaging. You're self-sabotaging. You're keeping yourself from moving forward and accomplishing what you want to accomplish simply because you want instant gratification. You want somebody to make you feel wanted. This person, this King of Pentacles, is secure. They're stable. They're not chasing like that. They will pursue you as any masculine would, right? They're going to make the effort. They're going to keep up with you. They're going to be consistent with you. And maybe that doesn't turn you on in the same way at first as this King of Cups would, right? Somebody who leads with their sexual energy, somebody who leads with that physicality, that kind of affection, that excitement, right? You might only be wanting this because it is a little dangerous and you know it wouldn't work, okay? There are times where we choose the opposite of what we actually want because sometimes we think we might not deserve it, but you do. You guys are coming out as a match, as a pair, okay? Do not sabotage that. Don't even risk that for the instant gratification of being with somebody who's already shown you that they're just going to let you down. Spirit is making this super, super plain to me. This may not even be what you want to hear. Maybe you want me to tell you to indulge your vices, including this person, right? Fall back into some sort of addictive pattern with somebody who you know is going to disappoint you. Because I'm never going to tell you to do that. Because Spirit's not ever going to tell you to do that. Do you understand how much self-sabotage has to go into you already having had an experience with somebody who you know can't be there for you? Focus up, okay? Get your mind right. Let's clarify. I want to clarify this King of Chalices here. Let's clarify this King of Cups. What are their intentions and why are they here? It looks like they're only going to try to keep you stuck, and they're going to try to get you in the bed. They're going to try to get you in the bed because that's pretty much the only way in which they can offer you any kind of intimacy. Ace of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. They're going to tell you they want to work on this. They're going to tell you that you inspire them to be better, to work harder, to do more. They want to communicate. They're going to tell you that they want to work on their communication with you. If it wasn't already, if that was an issue, they're going to tell you that they want to work on that. And their intentions might be good. This is what I'm saying. It's like, I think that's why the temptation is so hard and why you have to do your best to resist it, because it's not as if they're not being intentional with what they're saying. It doesn't look like they're being dishonest. It doesn't even look like this person is necessarily like manipulative or narcissistic or anything like that. I just don't think you guys have the same vision for the future. I just don't think that you guys are fundamentally compatible. And I feel like sometimes when someone from our past comes back and says all the things that we've been waiting for them to say, it's hard not to be tempted, right? Because the feelings and emotions are already there. With this other person, I just seem like maybe it's a very new thing. It's a very early thing, but you feel in your heart that there's somebody that you could partner with. So it's almost like the devil you know versus this new person that you don't quite know that well. You almost feel as if, well, I could be disappointed either way, so why not go with the person who excites me the most? The person who seduces me the most, the person who tempts me the most. They're telling me that they're going to work on this. They're telling me that they're going to communicate, but there's some sort of fundamental incompatibility that you guys have that you cannot overcome with good sex and great conversation. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know that that's disappointing in a way. I know that. I understand. But we want to be responsible with our choices, with the way that we plan our future, right? You know, deep down in your heart, you guys just aren't going to work. It feels good, but that's about it. You cannot build an empire. You cannot create a legacy. You cannot establish a family on the basis of it feels good, right? Let's clarify the King of Pentacles here. What are the King of Pentacles' intentions? And what do they want from this Queen of Pentacles here? We have the Sorceress, which is the Magician, and the Star here. And one more card that just fell. The Four of Swords. The Star and the Four of Swords. What this tells me, and this is so interesting to me. You can see the color contrast here. This is how I feel that you feel when you're in connection with this King of Cups here, and how you feel when you're in connection with the King of Pentacles. You see the contrast here? I'm going to try to show you guys the cards more because I want you guys to understand there are many ways a reader can get messages. You pick up on so many little things. Anyway, notice the blue. We're talking about throat chakra energy. We're talking about peace, calm. Anything associated with the color blue is typically something of being calm, relaxation, that sort of thing. What this tells me is that this person doesn't feel as exciting for you, but you manifested this. You were not emotionally fulfilled with this Eight of Cups in your last relationship or in the relationship that you had with this King of Cups. You weren't emotionally fulfilled there. Your needs weren't being met. Okay, so although there's spark, there's passion, there's chemistry, there's heat, there's fire, there's flame, there's ooh la la. With this person, there's security, there's peace, and wish fulfillment. The Star represents Aquarius energy and also the fulfillment of all of your desires. This card specifically in this deck talks about baby steps, taking things one day at a time. And I know that may not be as exciting as the thrill ride of this King of Cups, but eventually it will pay off. Everything you think this King of Pentacles is, I feel like they are. What you can sense deep down in your heart, the connection that you guys have, the way you see the world, the inherent compatibility that you guys share. How could you ever pass that up for a fling, for a romp, for somebody who just feels exciting? Understand, it's tempting. I get it. I get it. But I'm here to tell you that that is not what Spirit wants for you. You will be disappointed if you choose this King of Chalices. Typically, I don't make bold statements like that because typically the energy isn't so black or white or extreme. But there's no way to misread this right now. Spirit has made it so plain, super plain for me so that I can make it super plain for you guys. If you choose this King of Cups, eventually you will be disappointed because something will happen that will remind you that you guys are not compatible. At least not to the extent and in the same way that you're compatible with this King of Pentacles. You want to build, you want a spouse, you want a home, you want a family, you want a business, you want a partner that you can count on, that's consistent, reliable, hardworking. King of Pentacles all day. You want to have some good sex for a couple of weeks, couple of days, until they decide to move on, wherever their emotions take them next, then you go ahead and do that. This is your choice. But I feel like Spirit has made it plain. Choose wisely, Virgo. Okay, so this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be with you next time.